Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to have Shaelyn Mulberry today on our podcast. Welcome. This is Dr. D's Chair Sessions, and Shaelyn's going to be talking to us today about the Shaelyn Band. And if you're not familiar with the Shaelyn Band, they deliver blues, funk, rock with a whole lot of soul. And they've released 2 albums so far. They've got a self-titled debut album released in 2022, and in 2023, they released Juke Joint, their second, and they're about to release their 3rd album called Blues. And I'm excited to hear about that. I'm excited to hear the album. And Shaelyn's going to talk to us today about her band and the new album. And so, welcome, Shay.
Thank you so much.
It's great to have you here today. And I'm excited to hear all about the new album and the band. So you've said that you've got additions to your lineup. Do you want to introduce your band members before we start?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have our lead guitar player, which is Mr. Eric Guess. We have our bass player, Mr. Curtis Harris. Background vocals will be Mr. Mark Barner. Our drummer is Tim Mulberry. He's also our MD and our producer. We have Mr. Mike Hensley on the organ, and we have our newest members, which is 𝐒𝐴𝐿𝐼𝐻 on trumpet and Moses Maldonado on trombone. It is going to get very bold, very big. It's already a very energetic show. That extra texture from those horns, it really is bringing the music to life completely. We've had a sound on our albums with the horns kind of in the backdrop that we haven't been able to fully produce live. So it's going to be amazing to be able to give the complete sound of our music when we're live, as well as when you're listening to the album.
Well, you summed it up pretty good. I mean, it's pretty energetic to begin with. Now, your powerful vocals, the synchronized harmonies, I mean, and now to add, like you said, that extra level of texture.
Yes.
Wow. Can't wait to see you guys live and hear the album. I looked at your schedule. It looks like a pretty busy tour schedule too.
Yes, we just released the tour schedule that we have for April. We actually had to hold off on releasing it because we added additional dates to it. So that's always a good thing.
Awesome. So wow, busy.
Yes, very busy.
And still having time for a lot of the creative side, songwriting and
Absolutely. We use a lot of our downtime, even when we are touring. Sometimes we're inspired while we're on the road and we'll just write some lyrics down, or Tim will start to get some music done on his laptop. And once we kind of come together, we'll see if there's something new that we've created, either for preparation of the future or just something that we want to add onto the show. So it's always good to be able to be creative even as you're moving.
That's an awesome process. So as far as the songwriting goes, are you all involved in the songwriting?
Songwriting is mostly Tim and I. He handles the majority of the music as well as a lot of the hook portions. And then I'm pretty much the one who handles the verses. We collaborate a lot on our hooks. We've had help from our guitar player Eric Guess in the past, so he does have input, and then we accept input from everybody. I mean, it's not like a shutdown moment where Tim and I are the only ones. We get creative ideas from each other throughout, like I said, as we travel throughout our regular journeys. So I would say that everyone has input. Majority of the technical portions are probably done by Tim and I.
Let me tell you, the musical arrangements, the lyrics, whoa, good times, and I love that song. All I want to do is move to the groove. Let's have just give me the blues and we can all have a good time.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
Who would ever think the blues could be so fun?
That's the part that I love about it. You can be so creative and you can just let loose in who you are and how you feel with the blues. It's all about emotion, all about passion. So it can go either way. You can, show that emotion through your tears, or you can show it through your joy, as long as you're showing the true emotion of what you're feeling.
That's the authenticity of it all. And that's one thing that really shines through, that resonates so strong when you guys are performing. It's just, and like you said, it's bold and clear, and it is really moving.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. from the very first lyric and from the very first hook too. It just captivates you and brings you right in.
Yeah, and that's kind of the goal of how we write. We want to tell a story from the beginning to end. And even with me introducing the songs, I like to try and give some background on what it is you're about to hear so that you're prepared and you have a better understanding of the song. Sometimes we're so deep that maybe you can't get the complete understanding of the music, but we like to try and, give that little bit of an intro to open your eyes, open your ears, prepare you for what's coming, and then allow you to have the full experience from beginning to end.
Love it. There's a blues storm coming, and that's another song I just love.
That is actually my favorite one on Juke Joint, the Blues Storm.
Love it, Blues Storm, just love it, and it really characterizes how you all are just kind of blazing through with such force, such power, and such soul. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. And I like what you said about kind of giving a little intro. That's what I'd like you to do here with so let's set the new album up. It's just called Blues.
Yes.
Doesn't get much simpler than that, right? But like
we were trying to come up with different names, but when it all boiled down, it's like, look, it's the blues. It's blues. So we just had to go with that.
And it might be a simple title, but I want our listeners to know, don't let that simple title fool you. Like you said earlier, you guys are going to go deep. You're going to go deep into it. So I'm going to let you speak about blues.
Honestly, I can say that this is probably the most defining album that we have. Our first album was about letting the people really get to know us. Our second one was all about just having a good time in general, Juke Joint, all about the groove and the move. This particular album is showing our diversity. It is showing our passion. It's showing our true heart. So we have our songs. There's a song called Cruise, which is actually going to be our single that releases on March 31st. And it's just about being this particular song is actually about just kind of moving on in your life, not letting anything hold you back. And lyrically, it's specific to, I guess you would say, a relationship. But in general, it's about, cruising on down the road. If you don't want me, if I'm not your type, if I'm not what you need in your life, if I'm not your expectation, I want to keep moving. I don't want to just stop. I don't want to be distracted by something. And then we have a song that's called Push. And I like to tell people all the time, life is going to bring different things. You want to be able to push through those things. Don't let any one thing hold you down.
Right on.
We also have some fun ones. We have one that's called Make Your Move, and it's all about kind of the old school dancing, and it's a little bit about old school juke joints. So that one's always fun. We have a lot of energy in general. I think
that's
this one
for sure.
A lot more energy. And then my favorite song on this album is going to be I Won't Sell My Soul.
I want to get now. Yeah, I actually want to get into a little deeper with that one with you.
Absolutely.
Because I saw your intro for that one on the video, a little video that was released recently. That title kind of can go a lot of different ways.
Yeah, it absolutely can. And basically, when you do music full time, and especially when you're independent, sometimes you will have people that in their mind it's helping, but in reality, it's them trying to make you conform to something that you're not. And I know in some cases, people need the help with certain things, and everybody needs help. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not saying that money is not a good thing, because obviously you need money to be able to function in this life. But I'm not willing to sell out on who I am and what I have just for the sake of money. And we basically do that song to let people know, you have gifts within you on the inside that you were blessed with. So you don't necessarily need someone to come along and tell you how your gift is supposed to be used, or to change this, or to look this way, or to be this way, or to go this direction in order to be successful. The gift was placed inside of you. And so if it was given to you and God has blessed you with it, then he's going to give you the skill to be able to use it and move forward. So having someone tell you to like conform to something that's not who you truly are, and then say, and I'll pay you this, and some people will take that and they'll run with it, and the money seems good at that time until you lose who you are. And so that song for me was, very powerful to say, don't let something as simple as money distract you from being the greatness that is already in you.
Right on. And that is the energy I love about you all. That's the energy that shines through and resonates when you're performing. And I'm sure it's going to resonate on this new album. It's resonated on the previous albums. That's artistic integrity. It's retaining your sense of self, your own, like you said, your own soul. And that's for no one else to tell you how to share it or what to do with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. No one really knows you except you. And, they'll never get to know you if you conform to what everybody thinks you should be.
That's deep. We're going deep. We're off to a really good start on the album. I can't wait for everyone to hear it. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the new album?
Oh man, get ready. We are extremely excited about everyone hearing these new songs. Gosh, you may not understand it now because the album has not released, but there is a closeout song and it says, just keep moving. And that's what we plan on doing. And that's what we want everyone to do. No matter what comes up against you, just keep moving and we'll make it to the end together.
Amen. Right on. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. That's the message. That's the message, everyone. And I hope that, you know what, even if you don't understand it, just go listen. Sometimes we don't even have to understand it. Just let it in. Let it move you. Let it groove you. Feel it. Shaelyn, I want to thank you so much for coming on today and talking to us. I'm even more excited now after speaking with you about all of it. And looking forward to hearing. Congratulations on the release. Looking forward to hearing it. I hope our listeners will check it out. And to find you online, they can check out your website, which is going to be posted in the liner notes of this interview, with all your social media links. Good luck with everything. Keep shining bright.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.